Sandy has been with Unity Medical Center over 46 years, and she's going to be transitioning here very soon. She's not leaving us totally, but her role is going to be changing. So I asked for a little bit of a bio, and I'm going to read this about Sandy. My initial experience at UMC was as the first option student from UND at the Old Deaconess Hospital. This was an 8-week rotation my senior year. I took advantage of all the learning and honing my skills. I officially started my career after a whirlwind 2 weeks. I graduated from UND, got married, and started as a new RN. How come you got married first ahead of starting as a new RN? No, I'm just kidding. Unity, it was a busy 2 weeks. Uni had moved to a new location, our current one. First floor was labor, delivery, postpartum, and nursery, as well as surgical. Second floor, where I began, was medical patients and four-bed ICU, CCU. Our cardiac patients stayed in bed for 4 days and could not have hot liquids, telephone, or TV. Joe, do you remember some of this? Nor raise their arms above their head. I then transitioned to the first floor. Half the patients were fresh surgicals and half were new moms and babies. We averaged 9 to 11 patients. We also covered ER, time permitting. My love for ER, I can't believe you put this in here, blood and guts, no, I'm just kidding, developed at that time. A new position, ER supervisor, was created. This gave me more time in the ER, which expanded to OR and recovery. Chemotherapy is also added with an oncologist coming monthly. I worked with him until the clinic and then went over to the hospital side for chemo administration. You didn't sit still much, did you? With the retirement of Dorothy Wilson, I assumed the DON responsibilities. After almost 20 years, I was ready for a change and moved to home care. What a different perspective. Going into the patients' homes to care for them, hospice became a part of home care. The experience added the last phase in the cycle of life, which is true. We then added new service of cardiac rehab, followed by diabetes education. With growth and expansion in these areas, cardiac rehab, chemo, and diabetes education were separated from home care and hospice. I remained with cardiac rehab, diabetes education, and chemotherapy. My last add-on was coordinator of quality services. He had a pretty full plate. I've seen many changes in healthcare. The identification of HIV, healthcare payments based on patient outcomes, and now the COVID pandemic. So along with my 46 years at UMC, I have also celebrated 46 years as a nurse and 46 years of marriage. It has been an amazing ride. When I first got here in June of 2014, there was some changes that needed to be made. And we made a change in nursing leadership. And I asked Sandy to step in as interim DON, which I thought was maybe a long shot, because she'd been there and done that. But Sandy said, I will do it because I want what's right for the organization. I still remember that. And she did it. And I think that was one of the stepping stones to moving us forward. And I can't thank you enough for saying yes back then, because then with Sandy at the helm in nursing, I knew we could focus on other things. So I'm going to ask Dr. Vecito and Jenny to share a few thoughts, and then we've got a little gift for Sandy.
Sandy, my tenure here pales in comparison. But I do want to say that I admire your commitment not only to healthcare but to a facility. Alan asked me to sign a 10-year contract, and I couldn't imagine saying yes. I'd be anywhere for as long as 10 years. So the longevity is hugely impressive. But I also want to thank you not only for your dedication and contributions to this facility, but thank you as a colleague, because I've shared a door with you, a wall rather, with you since I moved. You moved offices, but from one side of my office to the other. And I will say there have been multiple times where I've knocked on her door and given her an ask about something sort of as the elder statesman in our corner, and I really appreciated your input on those things, and thank you for all you've done for both healthcare and this facility.
Thank you.
I also want to thank Sandy for all of her years of dedication not only for supporting our community, our patients, but also our staff. I've had the pleasure of working with Sandy prior to this role, home care and hospice, and now for the last 6 years here. Sandy has been a very dedicated employee who often goes above and beyond, not only for her patients, but for her co-workers as well. As you've learned, Sandy has had many roles during her years here at UMC. And for that, she has been a great asset and resource, not only for myself, but for others. I want to thank Sandy for her years of knowledge and sharing that with me. She helped me through my first state survey. I was in a panic, and she very much helped me through that. And so thank you for being somebody that I can go to, a resource, and for all of your years of dedication for our community. Thank you.
So Sandy, in recognition of your years of achievement, dedication to Unity Medical Center, we'd like to present you with, just like Christmas, I'm going to wrap your present, a Lifetime Achievement Award from Unity Medical Center to Sandy. Thank you very much.
It has been quite a career, from taking care of patients at birth through following them all the way through their death. I've done inpatients and outpatients and pretty much everything else in between. One of the things Alan didn't share is that our very first meeting, we had some bushes out front that were kind of overgrown and nobody really claimed. And I had on these ratty clothes, and I'm hot and I'm sweaty, and I'm underneath this little willow tree trying to trim it up. And he comes in and he introduces himself, and it's like, oh, okay then. Let's put my best foot forward. But quite an honor. I didn't expect this, so I very much appreciate it. Thank everybody for all their support. I very much like where our facility is going, has come so far and is going in the future. So I'm a little shocked. So I guess other than thank you very much to everyone, I appreciate it.
Yeah.